Ready for math today being Thursday, April 30th. Got you a little closer to me for our math lesson today. Today in math, you need pages 291 to page 292. You have quiz 14 tomorrow. For quiz 14 tomorrow, you'll have a multiplication section, just like we normally do, like a 12 table. Just be also sure you are familiar with Roman numerals. L has the value of 50. C has the value of 100. Like maybe if you want to remember, there are 100 cents in a dollar. However you want to remember that. D is 500. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. Starts with a D. That's the 5th book of the Bible. And then M has the value of 1,000. Maybe you want to eat 1,000 M&Ms. I don't know. However you want to remember that, but just be sure you know those values for tomorrow. Also, be sure you are familiar with reducing. What does reduce mean? What process do we use? Divide. That you are reducing fractions tomorrow. For example, 5/10 divided. What was the largest table that you would use that has both 5 and 10? You can start with the numerator and check that one. Never, ever, ever use 1. Don't use divided by 1 over 1. There's something higher, I promise. So here it's 5 over 5. 5 divided by 5 equals 1. 10 divided by 5 equals 2. So just don't write the 5 in the blank tomorrow. You need to actually reduce. All right? So with that being said, let's go ahead and go to page 291. Okay, so page 291, we have a new concept today, and it's multiplication with carrying. In your example box, the directions, your steps there are correct, but on the problem, the math is not. So cover it up, don't look at it, it is way off. I don't know what happened there, but we need to make sure that the Abeka book knows that that is incorrect. Number 1, look at your steps. Multiply 34 by 5, carrying to the tens place. Cross out any carrying number. Okay? Step 2, multiply 34 by 1. Move over one space and write a 0 in the ones place before you multiply, and then add the two partial products. All right? So, all we're doing here today, we're following the same steps where you multiply up and across, and then move over and across, and then up, your ones place, your tens place. All we're doing today is we are adding factors where your products may be a 2-digit number. Like yesterday it was 1 times 3, 2 times 2, 3 times 3. But today we're going to have 2 digits for our product, our answer. So let's start with the ones place with the 5. 5 times 4. Just be sure you have your tables handy so you're not making mistakes. Don't guess. 5 times 4 equals 20. My 0 goes down. My plus 2 goes up. 5 times 3 is 15. Plus 2 is 17. Now, when it said to cross out any carrying number, that's what that meant, because we're finished with that number right now. Because later on, you may have another number up there, but not right now. So, don't worry about that right now. So you want to cross that out or erase it, showing that you're finished with it, because you don't want to get confused. All right? So that my my partial product here for my ones place is 170. Good? All right. So now we're going to move over to the tens place. Before I begin multiplying, I have to put in my 0, 0, 0, to make me move over to my tens column. I need to be in this column, not the ones. And this is where the book is off. 1 times 4 equals 4. 1 times 3 equals 3. Now, I have crossed out the 2, so I know not to add that. I know I'm finished with it. Okay, so now we're going to go and add 0 plus 0 equals 0. Let me switch markers real quick. Sorry, guys. 0. There we go. 7 plus 4 equals 11. So 1 goes down, plus 1 goes up. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 1 equals 5. So my answer there is 510, not 1,520. That is wrong. So don't look at that. Okay? So again, we're just carrying from the ones side today. All right, so let's go ahead and look at our paper for today. I'm going to, if you want to go ahead and start 1A, just give me a chance to get caught up here. We're going to do a couple of these together. So for 1A, you have 23 times 24. So we're using our 4 table first. Cover up my 2. Now I'm ready for my 4 side. 4 times 3 is 12. 2 goes down. The plus 1 goes up. 4 times 2 is 8. Plus 1 is 9. So you should have 92 there for your first partial product from the one side. Now I'm going to slip over. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mark out my plus 1. So we're finished with it. I'm going to move over now to my red. First thing I need to do is put my 0 placeholder. 2 times 3, 6. 2 times 2 is 4. Your second partial product should be 460. Now we're going to add 2 plus 0 equals 2. 9 plus 6 equals 15. Carry my 1. 0 plus 4 equals 4. 4 plus 1 equals 5. So your answer there should be 552. Let's do one more together. You can go ahead and start on B if you would like. And I'll catch you in just a second. So let's start with the ones, the 3 there. That's in the ones column. 3 times 6 is 18. The 8 goes down. The plus 1 goes up. Next step, 3 times 5 is 15. Plus 1 makes 16. And I remember to cross off my 1 there. Okay, so now let's slide over and let's use our tens place. So for our ones, we should have 168 right here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a 0 in my ones column because I'm now using my tens digit. 1 times 6 equals 6. 1 times 5 equals 5. And now we're going to add 8 plus 0 equals 8. 6 plus 6 equals 12. 2 goes down, plus 1 goes up. 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 plus 1 equals 7. 728. Okay. We'll do one more? Okay, we'll do one more. Even if you want to pause the video and work C, you can do that. And you can see if you get the same answer, just following along, okay? So we'll do one more together. 1C is 32 times 17. All right. Starting with my blue 7 here, ones place. 7 times 2 is 14. 4 goes down, the plus 1 goes up. 7 times 3 equals 21, plus 1 equals 22. Okay. Now, let's pull it off part of my 1 again. Let's move over to the tens column here. First thing I'm going to do is put my hero 0 placeholder because I'm finished with 1. So I'm finished with this side. Now I'm moving to this column. 1 times 2 equals 2. 1 times 3 equals 3. And then we're going to add. And I remember that I marked that off, so I'm not using that in this column. 4 plus 0 equals 4. 2 plus 2 equals 4. 2 plus 3 equals 5. 544. If you didn't get 544, did you get 224 for the ones column? Did you get 320 for the tens column? Okay, and just be sure that you have these tables handy here, okay? That you're not guessing at those, because that's what's going to make this incorrect. You can do D and E on your own. Just carrying, just doing one place of carrying today, only one. Number 2, find the averages. Circle the answers. Remember your quotient, you need to circle, that's your answer. Number 3, find the fractional part. Now number 3, those are not going to be even divides. So you have 1/6 of 37. 1/6 of 37. Okay, so you're going to take 37 and you're going to divide by 6. So you grab that 6 table. We see we can get to 36. 6 times 6 is 36. We subtract 7 minus 6 is 1. We don't want to put the 0. To make our fraction, we take our remainder of 1 over our divisor. So the answer here is 6 1/6. Number 4, you have story problems. 4A is a 3-step problem. Looks like B is a 2-step problem. Number 5, follow the signs. Let's do A and D. Number 5, A and D. Number 6, divide and check. You do have a remainder there, and you can either short divide or start with 0. Number 7, write the temperatures and your brain booster. You have a NASA robot there on page 292. Back on page 291, in 1962, John Glenn became the first American to orbit the Earth. All right, so if you have any questions about math today, just let me know. But remember, tomorrow you will have a quiz and a review sheet tomorrow. Just be sure L50, C100, D500, M1000. Be sure you're familiar with those values. Okay, so if you have any questions, just let me know. We'll be ready for language next.